OCO everyone, it's Philip Encroaching with iamCREATURescience at iamCREATURescience.com. iamCREATURescience is now partnered with Chef Khai, cuisine extraordinaire of KT Foodies, to be the expert and guide you in the kitchen with meal preparation throughout your respective health journeys. Never let the unknown or lack of competency hinder you from healing your best self and discovering the innate creature in you again.
What's up everybody, this is Chef Khai from KT Foodies and I am here partnering with iamCREATURescience, showing you guys how to make sushi. It's Thursday, that means Thursday with iamCREATURescience, it's Creative Day, so we're going to get right up into it. So think about this, when we have Creative Day, we're going to be making your creativity a little fun but still healthy and wealthy, alright? So the first thing we're going to do is have our sushi rice. We want to clean it and rinse it, so the more you rinse it and the more the water becomes more clear, meaning it's not going to be as sticky for this the sushi. So we're going to run over here, cold water, not hot water. And I'm just going to pour water in here and move it around. As you can see, the water is foggy, and that is basically the extra starch. Well, it's the starch from the rice. I've rinsed this about 3 times. You're going to start to see the difference in the water color. You see how much clearer this water is? This is nice. This is where we want to get at. You can also rinse it one more time as well. The clearer the water, the better. Alright, after this, we're going to get into some fun. Now that we have the rice nice and rinsed, we're going to go ahead and use our rice cooker. You can use this in a regular pot as well if you do not have a rice cooker. It's going to be the same technique. The ratio is going to be 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of water. Usually with rice cooking, you use 2 cups of rice and then you use 3 cups of water. So sushi rice is a little bit different, and that's because you want to make sure that the rice stays clumped together and nice and sticky, but not too sticky where you can't cut the sushi roll. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put my rice into my pot. And that was 2 cups of rice, so I'm going to be using 2 cups of water. So I'm going to get my measuring cup, find where my 2 cups is at. Thankfully, this whole measuring cup is 2 cups. I'm going to go ahead and fill it at the last line. Perfect. And while we wait for that, we can go ahead and proceed to the next step. Alright, so now for our sushi rice, we need to make our marinade for the rice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my heat on, let's say medium. And I'm going to be putting in my rice vinegar, my salt, and my agave. Usually in sushi rice they use sugar, but of course we're going to go to the more healthier side and use agave. I'm going to go ahead, pour the rice vinegar. I have a 1/3 cup of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of agave, and then some salt. And once you see the salt dissolve, that's how you know you're ready to go. It's done. That's all we're doing, is just making this a compound liquid. As long as you're able to control the your temperature, you're fine. You turn it up higher and keep on mixing it until you can get your salt to dissolve. All right, my salt is dissolved. There we go. Turn it off. And it's ready to go. All right, so now our sushi rice says it's warm, and that means it is done. So let's go ahead and check it out. Oh yeah, it's steaming. Let's see. And it's sticky. Exactly how we want it. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it into my bigger bowl. And be careful for the steam. Just move your towel away from it, so because it will catch it. Now as you see, it's sticky, but it's not super sticky. And that what happens when you go ahead and rinse your water. Now, our next step from the vinegar that we made, we're going to slowly pour this in as we catch every grain of our sushi rice. So I just like to scrub it up a little bit and slowly kind of just. The reason why you pour it in slowly, just to make sure that it incorporates all of it. And as you see, you can start to see that it starts to get a little bit shiny. And that's how you know that the vinegar is nice and entwined with the grain. It also loosens up the stickiness as well while it's marinating the rice. That is how you start with the first step. And now we're halfway done with making our Creative Thursday sushi rolls. Last step. So we are at the last step of our sushi roll. It's Thursday and we're feeling real good. So what I'm doing for my sushi roll today, I have zucchini, I have cucumber, carrot, and avocado. Perfect. So my first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take off my wax from my carrot. All vegetables, just like us, we all have our defensive mechanisms and our positive meditations. Carrots, they don't want you to just eat them when they come out the ground. You want to make sure you take all the waxy areas off, and you can tell because it's kind of ashy, and when you peel it off, it has more of like a shiny gloss. So make sure you get that all out. So as you can see, it's more of a shiny gloss. I'm missing a couple steps. You gotta make sure you get all of that wax off. And my next thing, I'm gonna cut it into areas where I'm able to slice it at a consistency. So I cut them in half, And then I'm just going to make little strips of the carrots to prepare for my sushi. I can stack them. I'm going to make them smaller. There we go. So this is about the size we're going to be using. And it's good, it's going to be a nice good size so we can not have too much of an overbearing of the carrot. All right? And let's go ahead and do our cucumbers. I can even use one of these carrots to see about the length of it. And a half. And then again. For cucumbers to be have so much water contained, you can smell a cucumber when you cut it. It just smells refreshing. Okay. Again, cut it in half like I did with the carrots. You see, at about the same size. That's what we're looking for. And my zucchini, same thing I'm gonna do. Grab around the sides. Cut the head up. I won't be using this whole zucchini, so there we go. The head is just fine. Here we go. Cut it in half again. Everything will be the same size, same consistency. Okay. Last but not least, of course, we're going to have a nice avocado. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Let's do, what is that? Can I get it in one peel? What you guys think? Nope. That's okay, y'all. That's good. Boom. It's still nice and smooth. We ain't got no clumps that, nothing like that. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and see the sizes that I'm gonna be using. I'll cut this piece off right here. Here we go. About that. Right there. Now, avocados, they're going to be a lot more softer than the other vegetables that we put in here. So when you are cutting them, just be delicate. Now that we have our mise en place nice and set, you know, it's not enough avocado, guys. Let's be real here. If it's one thing I've learned in the culinary industry, people always want more avocado. But the thing is, avocados are expensive, so y'all only getting a fourth of them. If they trick you, you go ask some restaurant for some avocado, ask for 2 times the amount. You're gonna be mad. All right, that looks like it's gonna be about good. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in, and we're gonna finish getting ready for our sushi. So we're gonna put all this on the side. So next thing we have our sushi mat, our nori, in other words, seaweed, and our sushi rice. All right, we're almost there, guys. This is where it gets really, really fun. So here's going to be my sushi ingredients inside of it, and then the sushi wrap to hold everything in. I'm going to be putting the rough part. So you have 2 sides of the nori sheet. In other words, it's called nori sheet. And I'm going to put the rough side on the outside, just so when I'm rolling my sushi, it's going to be on the smoother side for presentation wise. My next step is I'm going to grab my sushi rice. I'm going to put it on my nori and just level it out and spread it across. And it's pretty sticky, so imagine if we didn't rinse the sushi rice. You would have a lot of trouble right now. It smells like sushi in here. It's okay, guys. Nobody laughs at my jokes, guys. It's fine. Okay. You want to make sure it's level. You don't want anything to be unlevel, because when you're cutting it, it's just going to be not how you want it. Again, the sushi rice is very sticky. So make sure you have like a bowl of water or something like that to keep it from sticking to your hands or your knife. Like I said, you just want to make sure that the sushi rice is not going on a roller coaster. We want a nice mudslide. And you want to cover the nori wrap as much as possible as well. So this has got little clumps, so we can throw that back in there. It's sticking. Don't worry about it, it's not going to stick. As long as you use sushi rice short grain, or the bag says sushi rice, it's going to work out perfectly fine. Okay, so if you feel pretty confident about your sushi rice being laid on the nori sheet, you can go ahead and start with the next procedure, which is leveling, creating your masterpiece. Now, let's think it. We have a lot of green here, okay? So I want to make my sushi wrap nice and pretty, but not have my green too crumbled up as much as possible. I only have 1 orange. That's okay. We still can make it work. So my first thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and layer my zucchini. Next, let's go ahead and do our carrot. All right. And then let's go ahead and hit that avocado. Excuse me, cucumbers. We want to do cucumbers. I said avocados looking at it, but we actually making some progress with the cucumbers. we're going to do that avocado next. I'm going to layer the avocado on top and go for it. That was kind of a big piece. You can kind of feel out like what's going to be too big, what's not, if you have inconsistent cuts. So, now that I have it nice in the middle, somewhat, I'm going to start to roll. You want to give it a nice firm press. Not too hard where it's mushing everything, but enough to where it's sticking to the other side. Then you have your sushi roll right here. Ooh, boy! Now, the next thing is cutting the sushi roll. Now, again, we're using sticky rice. And it's very delicate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my cold water and just kind of do like a little tip. Be careful not making a mess, but it's your house, so you know what I'm saying. Work at your own expense. Just going to do a little nice wet. Okay. Y'all gotta excuse me. All right, here we go. Now, the next thing, you want to be nice and smooth. And cut it. Right? Again, I'm going to wet it again. I do not want to mess up my sushi roll. Oh yeah, that was a lot better. As you can see, sushi is very delicate. And this is why sushi chefs takes years to master. Okay. Next is plating. Look at that. Can't go wrong with some sushi in your life. Since this one a little goof, I'm gonna eat that one. All right, it's creative day. It's Thursday.
Someone say magic?
Philip.
Sushi. I love sushi.
See what you think, Chef?
What you mean? I think I will. You should have some.
Don't mind what I do.
That's creative there.
It's creative day.
Thanks, Chef. Very thank you, Chef. It's not like magic. It is magic. How do you move?